Good evening, everybody. Good evening, children. How is everybody today? I see there's a couple of people already in stream, which is very, very nice. So 07, 97 Smitty, 97 Brian, although I have actually started linking you now in the details. So okay, so I'm just going to quickly do what I normally do, which I'm going to just drop these in somewhere else as well. So that other people can see it, and we can get going. Stream channel, yep, okay. Pim pam. Thank you, ma'am. Does anybody know how you make anybody know how you make Discord know that you're actually streaming? Oh, why am I not in there anymore? Oh no, I am. Playing Elite Dangerous. Oh, I was streaming Elite Dangerous. Do you have to go into stream? Ah, you might have to go into stream mode. Okay, never mind. I won't bother with that. Let's have a quick look in dashboard. Oh, 4 people in already. Alright, Scott, how's it going? Long time no see. I did see you in the Discord that you were playing. I think it was Discord, or was it? Yeah, I think it is streamer mode, Smitty. I need to mess about with that. 'Cause, I've kind of been working out how I can play Red Dead with camera and everything else on top, because the PlayStation doesn't really do the same thing, but there is a way of doing it, and it's a bit of a faff on, but we'll see. It might work. So, okay, stream health is okay. Everything seems to be running as it goes, so I think we're ready to go. Oh, Brian's online. Okay, so if you have been under a rock for a long time, you will know that we have... hey, Soundo, how's it going? Welcome into the stream. You will know that we're on this big expedition, and we are now on day 13, which is almost 2 weeks. Sorry, almost 2 weeks in actual game time, but because I kind of play every second day, it's a little bit longer now. We've gone far ahead of Sagittarius A now. I'd say we're actually probably halfway to Beagle Point, and if I'm totally honest, I think we could get to Beagle Point quite quickly if we just don't faff about too much. So without further ado, I think we should consider getting going. So Brian's a little bit behind me, so what I'm going to just do is I'm probably going to do a couple of economical jumps until he catches up, and then we will kind of pick up the pace and see how we get on. So it goes well. Thank you very much, Kathina. I hope that's something nice anyway. Right.
Just so you know, I'm watching you. I do possess a gun.
Right, so off we go on our first jump. I have managed to take a couple of decent little things offline. I've been kind of doing some economical jumps, so I'm a little bit ahead of Brian, but I'm going to let him catch up anyway. So we'll see how it goes. And I actually hit some nice, well, pretty nice systems along the way. Nothing big to write home about. See, Brian's about I didn't realise I'd even gone 2,000 light years. Considering I've been doing it in economical, I'm pretty surprised. I'm going to invite him to the wing. Oh yeah, I forgot about that, Brian. Hang on. Forgotten myself, Brian. We'll see. Okay. Did I not give you it? D13-3, last one. I think it's the last message I sent you. No, I didn't give you it. Okay, give us a second, Brian. I'll quickly get the details up now. Desktop, please. That one. It's open with WordPad today. D13 something, wasn't it? Right, next. No, it's not that one. It's not that. Is that? No, it's not Odd Blau, is it? EACTAIFY. Okay. Eck. There we go. That's the one. I have actually. I'll put it in your private message now, Brian. I've been doing what do you call it today? The hell was I thinking? I've lost my train of thought on that one now. Oh well, never mind. What was I thinking? Oh, come on. No, it's totally gone. So just so people know, when I sent that message in the Discord earlier, obviously I wasn't pissing and moaning. Slight pissing and moaning, but nothing. I'm not angry or anything. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna create a few more chat sections for the sole purpose. I noticed the other day that myself and Kathina got into a bit of a conversation about a ship build, and I'm like, yeah, because if somebody comes in looking for the ship build and they're having to go through all that jazz, it's kind of. I can understand it would be really, really frustrating. So I want to kind of keep the ship builds just literally Kathina's section with the odd person dotting in, and then everything else as it goes. Good evening, Julie. Welcome in. Wait. I told you I possessed a gun. Give over. Did I not send you a request, Brian? I thought I had. So I will drop into the voice chat as well in a sec, Brian. I will try and get... This is what happens when I'm not drinking, you know. I become even less organised. Evening. So... Oh.
Did you hear me to start with?
Oof, it's very, very low, but yes, I can hear you. Alright, sweetheart.
I've not changed anything.
Could be me then.
Did Discord update or something?
Well, in yourselves.
I need to repair my FMU before I start jumping.
Okay, just tell me when you're about level with me, because I'm going to keep doing these economical jumps till you get around level.
Well, I'm 40 jumps away from destination.
Okay, dope. I think I'm about 20. So we've got old. Who's that in the bubble there? That's Bob. He's 42,000 light years away. I don't know if it's. Is he in the bubble? Is he in the stream? Are you in the bubble, Bob? Yeah, I think Bob's in the bubble. Hang on, what's the hay for, Smitty? Was that hey Julie? We're back to the kind of space rock music at the moment. We're not at a destination here, so why have we just dropped into this sun? Certainly shouldn't have. Oh, what's that? I don't think it is. I dropped into what I can only describe as a nightclub toilet ammonia world. Make of that what you will. Because I changed that, okay. Earlier. And thanks for everybody for coming in so quickly tonight. Strange. That's Yamix just finished the summit. What's the deal? Got 9 people in about 5 minutes. But it's nice to have everybody in. Was kind of considering doing the retro stream tonight, but I'm gonna hold back just a tiny bit on the retro stream, just till we get to Beagle Point, and then I'm kind of gonna make a decision as to what we shall do from there. Whether we continue this kind of long trip or we go back to the bubble. Because if I go back to the bubble, I think a lot of it's going to have to be done on a what do you call it, like on a non-stream, because it'd be boring as hell watching me get back to the bubble. I'm not missing the bubble yet, considering how long we've actually been doing this. That's not bad, Smitty. Nice. Yeah, I'm not, but I kind of am wanting to go back to the bubble for other reasons. Actually, kind of like discovery reasons. While I was kind of doing research for this trip, I was looking at lots and 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 lots of exploration stuff through various forums, some kind of third party applications and stuff, and I've just realised that there's just so much to see in the bubble that I could make streams about it all day long. And so I'm just waving this Nerf gun at the cat because he's been a bit of a dick. No, more like lots of wet toilet roll mixed in with other stuff, Julie. I think Rubigo is a thing again. I saw it the other day. So yeah, I honestly think that... Oh, we got a water world here, people. We got a water world here. We got a water world. Nobody cares. Brian will know that one. Okay, it's not that far, and it is probably terraformable. So yeah, I think what I'm actually going to do is when I do end up back in the bubble, I am going to do a lot of stuff to do with discovery inside the bubble. A lot of stuff. You better take advantage of that now, Smitty, because that board flipping will be gone. And don't use the BF word in front of Kathina, please. We do not want another meltdown. Get the wife involved, Smitty. No better love story than having your girlfriend or wife playing the same game you are. Unless you're aligned with Duval. And it's like, what you aligned with her for? Got face like a bulldog chewing a wasp. Right, okay. Board flipping. ASMR board flipping. He's still going on about that, Julie. You'd think you have a grudge or something against him. Right, okay. I'm hoping that this one's kind of in the, it is in the terraformable region, so we can hope. It's a little bit over what I like to go, and it's got gas giant in the area, but it is terraformable, which is good. So that was a bit of a find in amongst all those gas giants. I'm actually going to do, instead of the great exploration, I'm going to go the mini exploration. I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do a trip across the bubble. Well, long ways, not that. From the very top of the bubble to the very bottom. 40's probably going to be a lot of gas and rock. I don't think there's many suns. No, it's gas and rock. Okay. Look at all them moons. It's one good thing. I mean, I never do it myself, but you could probably make a couple of quid scanning these. I mean, no, those rock worlds aren't going to be terraformable, but they're all... Well, you never know. They're all big enough. No, they're not. They're small. Ah, don't listen to me. I'm just here for the ride. See where Brian is. Okay, so Brian's getting a move on now, so he should be catching up soon. Now I am gonna check this place just before we land here, because we've had a bit of a... Unfortunately, EDSM's not been great to us at times. Board flipping across. Well, technically you can't do that, Kathina. Technically. Can't do it. It's not possible. Right, okay, what have we got in this one? Nothing and nothing. Okay, we'll keep going. Yeah, how can you... That he has a very good point. Ella's guy has a very good point. How can you promote a personal narrative? Because in my personal narrative, the boards are massive. And I'm a bus when I'm doing it. Don't let that be mistaken for a bike, by the way.
In my personal narrative, the payouts are massive.
The what's a massive?
Payout.
Ah, okay.
You make commissions.
Oh yeah, I'm a Richard Branson type, me.
If it's under 150 million, I'm not even getting out of bed for it.
Exactly. No, Ella's guy has a slight point there. Okay, we're in another gaseous system. Oh, there's a couple of suns in here.
Obsidian seemed pleased with what he's seen off the new Quarter 4 stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. He definitely seemed like he was more impressed than he expected to be.
To be honest, he wasn't pissed off with it, so that's a good thing.
I never got an invite. I didn't. It's people with less followers than me.
I've spent in the store, I never even got an email.
No, but there was people with less subscribers got invited. I noticed. That was me drizzling salt around the place, by the way. I'm only kidding.
I don't think it was necessarily the subscriber count, but just like different elements to the gameplay and stuff. They wanted as a wider a viewpoint as possible, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I was only kidding, but yeah, I get what you mean. Right, we're gonna go see. Oh no, that's not a moon. I got excited there because I thought that was a moon. It's not a mean. It's not a mean. No, it's definitely not a mean. Oh Christ, Ellisgar, keep it clean, please. Just for a second.
I do think it's good that they're doing things like this, though.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing he said, which was quite interesting, is there was a lot of closed doors and monitors turned off, but I wasn't sure whether that was to hide solitaire.
It's to hide all the donkey porn they had, all the dirty so-and-sos that they are.
They've been looking at horse balls, that's what they'll be looking at. Whoops. Sorry about this, I'm having to reset my screen. Oh, I'm going to overshoot
That's
it.
what the peak content for Elite is, Spaceballs.
Come on, let's scan it, scan it, scan it! Ah, didn't get it. Right, okay. So we're gonna have to scan it again, unfortunately. Well, no bother, you know. So 26th of this month, people, put it in your diary. Horseballs will be coming to this channel for a couple of days. If I can avoid all the spoilers and stuff, because apparently there's people already playing the bloody game. So, information's probably going to get out, so I'm just trying to kind of stay away from all that. I think I'm actually going to put an embargo on myself reading anything more. I think I've got a good idea of what it's going to be.
Don't read it then.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just going to put an embargo on myself, because I've pretty much read everything I needed to read anyway. Well, okay, I think, yeah, we're gonna... Well, Brian's still a couple of jumps off, so I'll do a few more of these. I watched the strangest movie ever last night. Kathina, you would love it. It's called Killing of a Sacred Deer? Killing of a Sacred Deer? Anyway, it's got Colin Farrell in it, but not like the Colin Farrell you'll imagine. Killing of a Sacred Deer, I'm sure that's what it's called. I highly recommend it to anybody. Unless there's some prozzies at the camp, you never know. There probably is prozzies in it. It's probably a big thing. Prozzies with horse balls. I'm actually looking forward. What I'm really looking forward to is the complexity of it. No. I couldn't censor it before it came out. In all honesty, I think they've been playing a lot of The Witcher 3. It sounds like they're kind of wanting... Oh, look, we've got a water world as a moon. And we've got some moons there. I don't think any of them are big enough. But that's an interesting one. It is at the it is at the correct distance, so I'm going to go grab it. Because it is most probably easy money for the two. Oh, Kathina, this is why you should watch Deadwood. Calamity Jane is in Deadwood with a true-to-life depiction of her. So... actually, I was quite interested that... you know, it's in these modern times, because you've kind of got people are all in such juxtapositions to each other in almost everything in the world. I would really, well, I'd say I like playing games with a really strong female character. I definitely think Ellie in The Last of Us was a great character, and when you get to be her, it's a really good experience. And she's not sexualized, she's not kind of, you know, one of these over-the-top characters with big tits trussed up and stuff. And I do think it's about time the games industry do stop making women shown in that way. But I also hope that nobody produces games thinking that, well, we should make a female character because we've always had male characters. I don't think that's the answer. I think what you do is you create a story around a really good female character. Like, if Rockstar came out with that game Agent that never actually got released, and they said that the main character was female, I'd be really looking forward to it, you know. It's all about the game was apparently all about Cold War cloak and dagger stuff. But I know the fact that all games kind of are centered around male characters, sometimes it can be a bit daft. But I don't know. I just think they have to. Well, she was for the majority of her life. She basically. Whether she was gross or not, she was no grosser than the men around her. Calamity Jane's kind of took on a male character, even in reality, to kind of be accepted by the male community around her. And what people say is that actually, when she did come off the street, because she was a bit of a prostitute as well at times to get by, because she didn't get as much work as some people did. When she did coming off the street and she did like not missionary work, but what would you call it, like medical work and stuff, she was a really, really kind character. But when she had her kind of scouting clothes on, she wasn't really to be messed with. What are we on about? I don't understand, those guys. When did we get onto the Avengers? I'm not a big Scarlett Johansson fan, to be honest. I know that doesn't go down well in some waters. Well, it was the days of the Cowboys, wasn't it? So I think anything other than a goat was probably something special. I can't even imagine living in those days. It would have been disgusting. Which is actually one of the options in Red Dead 2 is you can choose to wash or not wash. It's true. I'm not saying it's always a bad thing. I'm saying that I think that having strong characters without the need to have them trussed up isn't a bad thing. And that, you know, if somebody's playing a genuinely kind of sexy character, then it's a different thing. But trussing somebody up for the sake of trussing somebody up, it is a bit old hat. It is a bit old school thinking. That's just my opinion, but, you know. Like, Formula 1 recently got rid of grid girls, and I was like, it's about bloody time. The UFC need to get rid of the girls who walk around the ring with a card. I mean, it's kind of one of the most pointless parts for it, me. Because I don't understand what somebody scantily clad walking down a ring. If I want to see somebody scantily clad, there's a strip bar. You know, that's kind of what I'm getting at. But what I'm also saying is that when I'm saying to make in these games, I want to see more really good female characters on a whole. I don't want them forced into a game. So if you take something into consideration, like I was a big fan of Ghostbusters when I was a kid, and they made this all-female version. And they were saying that, if you don't like this version, it's because you're a misogynist. Well, no, that isn't why I didn't like it. I didn't like it because I think the actors in it were really, really piss-poor TV actors. It's just, you know, I think that you've got to, you know, if you're gonna put a woman into Ghostbusters, put her into it for a specific reason. Don't do it because you're filling some agenda, if that's the right way to put it. Like I said, it's just my opinion. And yes, it's not like nobody does. But it's whether it's necessary or not. If it's really not necessary, why do it? I mean, I remember recently playing one of the more recent Lara Croft games. You know, she's got this kind of tank top thing on with her breasts hanging out, and you can hear the wind, and it's raining, and I'm thinking, she must be fucking freezing. I think that's because I'm getting a bit older, and maybe I think she's a bit too young for me. I don't know. I was sat there like, she must be bloody freezing. Get a coat around her. See, I hate Melissa McCarthy. Sorry, Kathina, I do. But I'm just getting old now, like I say. I won't even watch Star Wars anymore. I'm like, yeah, they've spoiled it there. Fucking have, like. Oh, we've not got anything there. The Expanse, I'm in, what am I on, episode 6 or something. It's a slow burner, but when I do kind of have the patience to watch it, I really, really enjoy it. I've actually, this last week, I've been on a binge to watch films that I haven't seen before, so I haven't had much time for TV shows. But watching some freaky ass films. Watching this one last night, Killing of a Sacred Deer, which was really good. What was the other one I was watching the other day? I don't remember now. Completely messed up, but good. Christ, I've got so many bloody things. There's this Bodyguard thing that everybody's been raving on about. There's one called The Perfect Host, I think it was called, with the guy who plays Niles in Frasier in it. But absolutely brilliant movie. Just not what you expect at all. Certainly from that actor. I think I've had deer meat once, actually. Only once. Oh, what have we got here? A water world. I'll just check it's not an earth type. I don't think it is. No. I'm not going 30 light years. Yeah, I've had venison a couple of times. Actually, I really like the pork from Spain as well. The Iberic pork. I had a couple of slices tonight. It's pulled like what's that Japanese beef? I've forgotten its name now. But it's just veined with fat. It's official. Cathena, like, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Right, so. I have to have meat every day as part of my diet. If I eat anything with just vegetables, I'm always sat at the end going, kind of miss something here. That's it, Kobe beef, yeah. So if you imagine a pork version of that, really dark meat, but just what's the word? Marbled with fat all the way through. Do you get to keep the head, Zealotsgar? Right, okay, so we're not just on a jump-a-thon, people. We do have a destination, so I'm just going to check this one out, and then I think I'll replot. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to replot now. So I think Brian should be semi-caught up. Yeah, he's semi-caught up. We'll start jumping properly now. So, no, we need to change that. We need to put in the jet cone boost, and we need to change it to Fs wherever possible. Is that the best way to do it, actually? Oh, it is really nice, really nice. Really little thin strips as well. They take barely any time to cook. Barely. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to be a neutron. No, not. We might be off the neutron way now. I didn't even see how many jumps it was. 17. So no, I think Brian was. I have got the. No, I haven't got the neutron stars in it. That's why. Damn stupidity is this boy. Alright, let's see if we can do it with just neutron stars. Okay, so it's done it with. So we'll try and do it just neutrons. And Fs. Right, okay, there we go. So we should be alright now. Still going to another F star. Did we get the jump range down? Yes, by a couple. Oh, I was going to try archery not so long ago. You can get the basic like archery stuff here really cheap. So, my friend said you can get it without. You only need your national identity, so I was thinking, oh, I'll have a go at that. And if I like it a lot, I'll invest in it and put it, you know, put money into it. Yes, prosciutto, yeah. Yeah, I like... Well, I'll be honest with you, there's not a lot of stuff I don't like when it comes to food. I'm a little bit of a pig. No, I'm not. I like everything in moderation. But, we have a lot of cured meat here in Spain, including the famous jamon, which, depending on the price you pay, can be spectacular. I don't know why, but there I was thinking of Elsagar collecting deer heads, and it reminded me of... I don't remember an episode of Scrubs where the janitor has all those squirrels. Does anybody remember that? He has a squirrel meeting. I'm not saying that's you, Elsagar, I'm saying it reminded me of it. Good quality to it was really nice. We also have what is technically our version of black pudding here, but it's the recipe's very different from England, but it's really, really good. But yeah, I sometimes throw a bit of chorizo into Cajun food to jazz it up. Yeah, here we have this this food called morcilla. You'd probably morcilla it would be in English, and it's basically a blood sausage. I went to a place the other day that has like all the, you know, all the carved out animals. I'm gonna move on. This is... It looks good, but it's bloody not. Well, I'm hoping we might hit a neutron star as something on the way, because I was wanting to... I was wanting to get into this system and then on to the next one. Right. Oh. Fuel scooping complete. Oh. I'm gonna stop bloody doing this at distance. High metal content, isn't it? Or is it a metal? No, it's high metal content. Okay. Frameshift drive charging. Abattoir? Are you saying does he shoot in an abattoir? I actually made friends with a cow on my walk on Sunday. I called him Steak. But a little calf wouldn't leave me alone. Kept following us. Till I told him to fuck off back to the herd. Okay, we're only 11 jumps. Now this system we're going to is special because it's a K-star and it actually has a strange variety of planets around it, so yeah, well his real name was like D946/72, so I was like, nah, it's a bit impersonal, so I just called him Steak. kind of sat next to us while we were having sandwiches, while all the other cows are kind of getting up and moving off. He was like, I think I'm gonna sit here with this bloke.
So you named him Steak as in Miss Steak?
Yeah. Could have called him Steak and Gravy, but he might have twigged. Sun system, come on. Yeah, after Waterworld, he's not had to do anything else, has he? Just ran off with all the money from that. Although we did make Dances with Wolves, which was an amazing movie. So, okie doke. I've pissed in my pants, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. I have. I killed and butchered a chicken that somebody gave me as a gift a couple of years ago. It was a strange experience. I mean, I ate it, so I must have been all right with it. Didn't necessarily go quietly, but it didn't go with any. How can I put it? Didn't go with any extra pain or anything. My cat was more excited than I was, actually. My cat was all over it. But my cat's always been a little bit wild. But yeah, so I've done that. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I'd rather it be something I get used to doing. I've said before in stream that I care about my kind of what I call my death footprint when it comes to animals, so I buy my meat in a certain way and stuff like that to kind of reduce my death footprint, if you will. Because at the end of the day, I love animals, but it was cheap. I do love animals genuinely, but I also absolutely love to eat them. So I can't fight that, and it's not natural for us to be eating vegetables, no matter how many people say it is. Oh, I'm flying past that one. Christ, that caught me out a bit. I didn't realise this wasn't in that orbit. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to everybody, like, there's some people who just don't want to be involved in that type of thing. Funny thing is, here in Spain, the grandmothers do it. They're just like, right, off we go. Oh, especially chicken, yeah. I did find out the other day, though, that the shops here have stopped selling Bisto gravy. They've stopped selling Bisto gravy, so some of you people might have to help me out around Christmas. You might have to send me a package. I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't. I can't believe it. I don't even eat gravy that often, but... Well, what I normally do is I use gravy based with a real gravy. You know, I use it to kind of thicken it and make it a bit more bisto-y, to be honest. So we got ourselves a a toilet world. Fortunately, this isn't as bad as the one I saw earlier, so all is not lost. I know, it's hard. I made these massive Yorkshire puddings yesterday, and I mean massive Yorkshire puddings for my housemate. They were like this. And we didn't have any gravy to go with them. Just felt like a sin. What does beaver taste like, Ellisgar? Or can't you eat it in case it's got rabies or something? Right, we're not far off, people. We are making headway. We can't get Oxo, no. There is a version of it, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Let's see what we've got. What have we got? 8 jumps. We're nearly there, folks. And as I said before, it's an interesting system, this one. So, I could get... Can I get Bovril? I can't remember if I can get Bovril or I can get the other one. The non-Bovril. Can't get Chip Spice, can't get Bisto, can't get Warburtons, can't get Crumpets. I have to go to France to get Crumpets, and I have to pay over the odds for these mini ones. I mean, they're nice. They're like you put them in the oven for 2 minutes and they're toasted to perfection. There's slathers of butter. It's not made from marmots, Julie. That's an animal, actually. I'd find it hard to kill one of those little things. Unlike you heartless wench. I couldn't kill a marmot. They're so cute. There's a load of them shouting at me the other day. I just love it. Fuck off our mountain. All that wood, they might taste like an aged whiskey. You never know. Yeah, exactly. Heathens. The bread's good here, actually. The bread is really good. The sliced bread is, well, back in England I wouldn't give it to the dog, but, actually, Elliscar, I was watching a Southern cooking show yesterday, and I haven't watched the whole thing. I was just skipping through it to see what they were cooking. One of them, they were doing collards. Oh yeah, I miss crumpets. Well, especially because I generally have crumpets on Christmas morning as well, you know. You gotta, on Christmas Day, you're gonna be pissed half the day, so you gotta do it. You've gotta do it right. So that's why I love Christmas so much. All I do is eat and drink for the whole day. Until I can barely move. No, no Eccles cakes, no. No. No scones. Although they actually have scones in America, they just call them biscuits. But it's the same thing, only their biscuits don't have fruit in them, they're all kind of savoury. But nobody's thought about putting cheese in them, which is really strange for America. No Eccles cakes. There was no Christmas cake last year in this house. We had to settle on, I think we settled on Christmas pudding instead. 'Cause when we went...
Fear Maker doesn't have real cheese.
No, but really, to be honest, in most of England, neither do we anymore. Not after the war. So everybody got used to the crap stuff, and so we sell the good stuff to the French. 290,000 light seconds is not doable, I'm afraid, people. Exactly. I mean, to be honest, I should learn how to make scones because they're not that difficult. What I really want to learn, what they don't have here, and I completely don't understand it, is they don't have pork pies. But here in Spain,
you can't make a scone.
No, I've never done it. I can make like some of the most intricate Mexican food, but I just can't. I haven't never made scones yet. They have their diet here is like 70% pork, and yet they don't know what a pork pie is.
All you pretty much need is like flour, eggs, butter.
It's just one of those things, you know. I didn't make Yorkshire puddings for ages, and now I love them. Make them all the time. But it's heresy, people. All the Americans are sat there going, "What the fuck is a Yorkshire pudding?"
Yorkshire puddings are immense.
Yeah, I just make them as big as possible these days. Either that or they're all Googling it. What the fuck is that? Well, considering it's only made on his days normally, you're right, Kathina. Mind you, welcoming all the other people who've joined in. We've got 16 viewers in at the moment, so if you're new to the stream, do drop by and say hello in the chat. If you're old and you haven't been in the stream for a while, come by and say hello in the chat also. That is what it's there for. What do you call them then? Do you just give them a different name? You can't tell me you don't eat them. That's terrible. I'm going to call social services in the morning. I mean, Brian eats them, and he's from over the border where they don't like us. I say us. I'm not English anymore.
I eat what?
Yorkshire puddings. Chuck's black pudding. Yorkshire puddings, black puddings. What the fuck are these people?
Next you'll be telling them about white pudding.
Oh, we can't even get onto that yet. But what's that one you've told me the name before? I've just totally forgotten. It's the exact same recipe as croissants, but they're flat and made with mainly with butter. But you do put a lot of lard in them.
Aberdeen thingamajiggies.
It's not like a stotty or something.
Stotty.
Yeah, Aberdeen stotty. Okay. Drinking tea, let's go. Because we kind of discovered it, didn't we? Well, we didn't discover it. We stole it from the. We stole it from the Indians. Yeah. Tea mixed with whiskey. I don't hate tea. I like tea as long as it's. I've actually got Tetley tea, and as long as it's nice and milky, because I am one of those. I love a cup of tea. Flapjacks, actually. I haven't had flapjacks in a while. Welcome in, Mo. By the way, hope everything's going right in your quest for success in Elite. I did mean to add you earlier. I can't. Can I do it here? I can. Let me see, Mo. I'm going to have a look at adding you. See if the server responds. Do you need to put in the CMDR actually these days, people? I've totally forgotten about that. I mean, in Europe, Bellatzcar, they don't understand. People don't.
So.
People don't understand why Americans drink watered down coffee. Ah, there he is. Okay. Right, Mo. I've sent you a request, just so you know. And when you accept it, I'll invite you into the private group. Okay. Anybody who wants to join, feel free to add me in game. My name is Commander Swifty78. Ineffectual Gamer is more the channel name, but I answer to either. Right, okay, so that was a high metal content, and it should be terraformable. Yep, okay, so we'll get on to the next one. You're already on it. Or maybe you're not.
And well, if I wasn't on it, how could you send me a ring invite?
Don't confuse things. You can, oh yeah, no, would have to be an open. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I might be here. No, you drink it in an espresso format. Oh wow, yeah, we've got a Super Giganticus here. See how far out Brian is. Oh good, he's got. How many jumps left have you got, Brian? 3, 4?
9.
9. Okay, I'm gonna go to the second sun when you get here.
Okay, that little water break.
Ah, yeah, sorry, I forgot. I was kind of just happily jumping away.
All those new cans of water come by.
Oh, craps on a stick. This thing's really kind of got us. It's not heating us up too much, but we'll have to... let's see. See what's going on.
Delivery was great today. We got a phone call to say it was going to be an hour early. Then it turned out it was an hour late. And then it turned out half the delivery wasn't even there.
Oh, jeez Louise. To sack your... what's the person that organises where everything goes?
But the sounds it probably the fat controller.
Oh, there's a specific job name for it though, isn't there? I've forgotten what it is now. Logistics. Logistics, that's the one. Right, because I'm flying away from the sun at the moment. So I'll catch up in the chat in a second, because we've got a couple of thousand light years to get to this one. But we have to go because there's some nice planets there, and it's probably... yeah, a good latte, that's all you need. That's all you need is a really good latte. That's about as crazy as I get with coffee. I actually prefer cappuccinos simply because I like the foam instead of the milk. Cafe Correcto, yeah, I remember that one.
Go try a McDonald's latte.
Oh Christ, no. won't drink anything I can. No, because, I mean, all this thing of adding these syrups and stuff like that, it's all to take away the flavour of coffee, because some people don't like coffee, but they want to be seen drinking it because it's a social status. Which is a bit silly. Just go get a drink you like. Don't be, like, all these places started selling that bubble tea. Oh, I like it neat with just a smidgen of raw cane sugar, but raw, not that crappy dry stuff, the heavy, sticky raw cane sugar. Because I'm allergic to refined sugar, so might taste exactly the same. I don't know. Raw cane sugar just gives it a nice little taste to it. Anybody notice the splash screen that I used today is a piece of my photography from when Brian and I were out in the SRVs the other night. So, if you need any of these pictures framed, do let me know. We do a service.
I claim no knowledge of this action. As I died.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, this was a different one though, I think. This wasn't that planet, but yeah, that was a good one, that. Not your death, just it was a good planet.
I was amazed by how high I got. And then I was just surprised with the gradual glide. And then the full plummet kicked in.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not surviving this.
The full drop to death. If anybody never saw it, you should go back and watch the end of the stream from the other night. I think it was just before I started playing the Division.
I had a second SRV.
Because watching Brian plummet to his death from, was it 40 odd kilometres? 46?
I can't remember how high, but it was bloody high.
Oh, I can't use sweetener, sorry.
It was at least double.
I do like Ethiopian coffee. No, you got way higher than double. I'm sure of it. I'd have to go back and watch it. I like Ethiopian coffee actually, Elasgar. You want to try Papua New Guinean coffee as well. I think Papua New Guinea coffee is one of the best. Hawaiian coffee is really nice if you like a strong flavour. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't like strong flavours. Because Hawaiian coffee's got a really strange fruit flavour to it. It's not to be taken lightly.
Colombian coffee's not bad.
No, Colombian's not bad. It's my standard, like what I have for breakfast in the morning.
I also do some other good stuff, but let's not go there.
That wakes you up in the morning as well, apparently. Is that the one that comes out the cats? The one that the cats shit out? It is, isn't it, Kathina? I have tried it, yeah. I didn't think much to it, to be honest. Well, it's not that I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was worth 17... 20 euros for a quarter kilo or something.
You tried something a cat shits out? What?
You don't know. It's a special coffee that it's not a cat. It's actually a member of the cat family. They eat the fruit and then shit out the beans, and then the beans are collected, cleaned, and roasted. And I think it works out about 80 quid a kilo.
What's that, like posh coffee?
You know what those posh people are like? Fish's unborn children. Cat shit coffee. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I didn't think it was a bad coffee. I just thought, for the price, there's no way I'm going to pay that. By the way, I'm knocking caviar. I am a huge fan of caviar. Absolutely love it. I don't eat it very often, but I love it. I'm not talking about the $2.95 one from Lidl. If you're going to buy it, you have to buy the good stuff. I prefer trout or salmon caviar, the really big pearls of it, rather than beluga. But I'm pretty sure if I tried beluga, I'd probably fall in love with it as well.
Is that even caviar that little sell?
It is actually, but it's just not beluga caviar. I can't remember which fish they use.
How do they manage to sell it for that price?
Because it's probably from a cat. I don't know. Because there is like cheap caviars as well. Like I was just saying there, one of my favourites is trout or salmon. They have pretty good caviar at a lower price. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Kathina, you send me some bisto and stuff, and I'll send you some caviar. How's about that? We can do it that way. I highly recommend caviar, actually. It's not what you would think.
Ah, bisto.
Right, so let's go get this this one first. Yeah, I mean, I tried stevia once, but...
You want some bovril?
Oh, God. Only a football match in the pouring rain. Let's see what else we've got. So, we've got an Earthlight. It looks like we've got a water world. We've actually got... I think we might have 2 Earth types. Unless that's just a water world there. There's a water world there. So, we've got a few interesting ones here. So I'll give you the rundown on the system in just a second. When I go in to do my first scan, I'll give you a quick rundown on the system. Okay, there we go. So we'll power it down. So this is Helios Toshotes. It's really kind of far up now. We're getting into those last... it's the third from last arm on the other side. There's an Earth-like and 3 water worlds in the system, and the system's quite rich in resources as well. And it's... that wouldn't seem too unusual, but it's actually orbiting a K-star, and I think that one's a K-star too. So you've kind of got... oh no, it's an M-star actually, that one. So you've got a Super K of 36.6 solar radius, which is unbelievably big. Not the biggest, but it's big. And then you've got... imagine if being Ultimus and finding these things for the first time. Oh, I'll just do that one. It's terraformable. Oh, don't say that. No, it doesn't smell like us unwashed women. It doesn't smell of anything. What it tastes of is a different kettle of fish. It doesn't taste anything like any woman I've ever been around.
Have you ever had the unfortunate experience of trying Buckfast?
Yes, I'm pretty sure in my teenage years I've had Buckfast at some point. Can't remember it though. Must have been out.
It's absolutely rotten.
Is it as bad as some of those super strength beers though?
Well, put it this way, it's like wine and caffeine. It's like wine mixed with Red Bull.
Oh god. I'm just checking it out because I did have it when I was a kid. Oh yeah. Actually, the funny thing is, I think that's quite popular here in Spain. Or maybe it's just something that looks like it. It is Mo 36. So we got this Earth world. We're gonna just keep going here because, for all I know, all of these are terraformable. So, and I'm actually breaking my rule at the moment because I'm supposed to do this in a certain way, so I'm not traveling so much. But It'll be alright. I'm still waiting for Brian to drop in system, so... Which reminds me, I must put my wing beacon on. So... Wing up. Hey Malcolm, how's it going? Hope you're alright. Right, okay, we'll power down a little bit here. I'm good. How are you? What are you up to in stream at the moment these days? And I notice you do stuff with the Assetto Corsa and stuff like that. You considered getting your wheel set up for American Truck Simulator or European Truck Simulator or something? Are you trying to start arguments, Kathina? Well, we're doing alright here, people. We've got 3 terraformables and an Earthlight. Then we've got this terraformable and it's got a moon. You can hear my voice is my voice is starting to break. And Kathina's just trying to start fights, people. Don't pay attention to her. Might as well just top it off with some jam on top, Kathina. Peanut butter and jelly actually works. It does. I don't eat it, but... Ah, okay, sorry. Oh yeah, I saw you were playing that actually. I did. Yeah, it seems a lot of people are kind of taking it back a little bit, kind of step back from Elite at the moment and just doing a little bit. Whoa, I'm gonna have to try and scan this as we go past because I don't think I get it. Missed it. Sorry. No, I'm saying it doesn't taste fishy to me. Good caviar I'm talking about. I can't speak for cheap caviar. I really can't, because I've had a couple in Sweden where they were kind of but really good caviar. It's like when you eat it, especially the one I eat, because I get the ones where the pearls are quite big, because that's kind of what I prefer. You just get, it's like these little explosions of salt. But not like putting salt on your tongue, you know, it's very, very soft and oily, and I like it a lot. Even actually my housemate, who was kind of turning a nose up at it when we were looking at it once, and I said, no, you gotta try it, you gotta give it a go once in your life. And she loves it. I'm gonna go get this water, but it won't be terraformable. I mean, close. I live in Catalonia. Well, I live in the centre of Catalonia. About an hour away from Barcelona. About an hour away from France. I also speak Catalan as well. Jo parlo català. There's all my Spanish people just gone, fuck Catalans. Oh, Jesus. Developing a cough, which isn't good. Been around rats for too long, that's what it is. They've infected me. No, I wouldn't eat it because I know the type of stuff they eat over there. Up in those countries. Seriously. The thing is if you were to eat that, in the cold areas when it's freezing cold, and you were to eat it outside, and you're purely eating it for the calorie value or whatever, the fat value and whatnot, you probably wouldn't taste it. But in this modern day and age, even opening that can in anywhere that is above freezing is a very, very, very bad decision. A very bad decision indeed. Oh Christ, this one's 300,000. Alright, I'm not going to go 300,000 light seconds. So, I don't know if Brian's in system yet. It looks like he is. I just can't see him on my contacts or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the galaxy map. It is a pickled, fermented, rotting fish. Well, not rotting. Problems, Mo. Lots of problems.
I was in mid-jump and you were looking at the...
Yeah. The Chinese have a rotten fish as well.
That's a big star.
Yeah, it takes a bit to get around. There are some planets out here worth scanning, but I mean they're not all scannable, unfortunately. Right, I don't know if we're going to Bayer. I don't think we're going here. We have to be really careful about how we plot this route, you see. So I think we're actually gonna go... It's hard. Yeah, we're not going to Bayer, we're going here. So this is E5-8.
Don't you be plotting routes that gets me killed, because I've not handed my data in yet.
No, it's alright. I'm just trying to avoid places that that I'd do if we were going back to Sagittarius A. Well, we've got it. Worcestershire sauce is fermented fish, so... It's not like it's an... Oh, fucking hell. Right, we might have to have a look at this. Right, so... People, we're going to have to do a slight bit of plotting here, so just give me a second while I do this. It's not quick to do. So what's the last one there? E5-8, okay. E5-8. Oh, it must be that one then. Right, so where's our neutron router? I'm gonna try and find yes, you're right, Wraith. Yes, it was. Absolutely was. So yeah, Wraith has a point there. A lot of things, actually. Anything fermentation in a lot of things was done to make it taste a bit more salty, because salt was really, really expensive. But yeah, that fish one, like I say, if you open it anywhere above freezing, that thing is going to be bad. Okay, we've got it down a bit here. Let's see if we can get it down even further. So get it down a little bit further. Right, okay. It's a long trip to the next one. I'll send you the plotter results, so you'll have the list without having to put it in. I think. I'm saying that like I know it works. Right, people, we are going to... I think we're going to have to change a lot of things here. Oh, craps. You never know until you eat something, though. That's the thing. You have to, okay, so I'm gonna replot that. So it tells me...
So we're at the...
It's 10 jumps.
top one?
Yes. And it's supposed to be
And
10
we're going to
jumps.
the bottom one.
That's correct, yeah. Oh, I'm going to do it in 8, apparently. Right, so...
What, 10 jumps to the...
That's what it says on my list, but you might want to put in your jump range and calculate it again. But when I put it in the star map, it seems to have plotted it with less. So I'll test it. Hopefully I don't hit too many non-scoopables. How can we make it not taste like fish?
Oh, that's 10,000 light years away.
Yeah, I always say try something at least once. You've got to give stuff a go. Gotta give stuff a go. I have still got 2. So 72. My jump range is 72. So this one, yeah, 72.43. I'm just gonna put the 0.43 in there because you never know what you might get. Ah, okay. No, you can't. 72 light years. Right. Okay. So we haven't got much point but to go ahead and start doing this. So I'm not gonna pay a moan. And we'll just drop into this baby and then get a run. Yeah, I mean the idea of a lot of things. I mean blood sausage, as you call it in America, head cheese, all those things. When you talk about the preparation of them, good lord, they sound horrible. But in reality, food's food. That was a weird creaking sound. That. Into an M star here. Somebody's passed me something. This isn't good. Not happy about this, people. Yeah, but sausages are made in a stomach. Come on. It's not just sheep offal, is it? That was a mixture of things. I am gonna keep an eye out, but I can't promise that I'm gonna see anything while we're doing this. So it does seem like I save a few things on the jump, so fingers crossed. Well, that's true, Wraith. You're absolutely spot on. Most people really wouldn't. Did I miss a message from Malcolm? I can't remember. Sorry, Malcolm, if I missed anything. The chat's gone way past now. Oh yeah, that was it. Do you play anything like American Truck Simulator or anything with your wheel? I got the F1 game actually. I like that. Doesn't have the pattern because it's the lining, it's not the actual stomach. Although I don't mind a bit of sheep stomach myself. That is only when they're in a loving relationship, Kathina. I tell you what, I've always wanted to try mooch, and I've been mooch, mo. I don't know where that word came from. I know where it came from. Is moonshine, which is hooch. That's why I said that. It's the second time this week I've said somebody's name wrong. I really want to try a good moonshine, not a shitty one. There are good ones. I know there are. Oh, I think it's my eyes are failing me as well. Might be time for me to make another cup of tea actually. Hey Joker FM, how's it going? Welcome in. How's things with you? Thanks for joining the stream and thanks for dropping by and say hello. That's what everybody should be doing is in the stream. And it's nice to have somebody from the Ukraine. I think you might be my first viewer from the Ukraine. No, it wasn't Dave Kebab, it was Dave... Is it Dave Gomez or Dave Gonzalez or something? Dave Kebab. I can imagine. That's why I'm saying I'd rather buy it from somewhere reputable. If there's such thing. We're actually doing alright. So this 8 jumps, I was worried that I might get caught out by a dodgy sun or something, but... You know people. Oh, I know, yeah, that's what policemen do, don't you? Kick down the door and take the good stuff. Won't say no more. No, I mean, if it's good, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's kind of gone mainstream. You've got to be careful with the mainstream stuff, though, because you know that you're not getting quality, or you're not getting at least like some quality. I mean, some of the whiskies that they sell around the world, I wouldn't give it to the cat. You know. I really wouldn't.
Some of these whiskies they sell are these the alcohol, or sorry, the whiskey flavoured alcohol.
Yeah, I bought that by accident once. Jesus Christ. You'd think though, if you're making something whiskey flavoured and you haven't got to distill it by the whiskey rules, you think then at least it'd taste decent. Yeah, because you can start using E numbers and all that lot to make it taste right, but no, it didn't even taste half good. Right, okay, so this is one of our median destinations, so I'm going to put the next one in, which will be... Oh, Brian's pretty much going at the same rate as me here. So we should be able to do this one. Brian's off. Just saw him dart across the screen. 6 jumps, okay, so we're in line with... Did you just scoop it there? You kind of flew past me really fast.
No.
Ah, okay, it must have just bugged out on the screen then. Oh. What happened there? Did I just go too fast through that? Wow. I haven't made that mistake for a long time, people. Going too fast. Okay, off we go. No, he's a proud northerner, Kathina. Or northeasterner, should I say. Why? Sounds good, Mo, actually. Oh, you were born down south. Oh well, you live and learn. Going back to what you were saying earlier, Mo, actually, about the independent movement in Catalonia, it's pretty much ground to a halt now. It's a very, very strange situation. The guy who kind of led them towards it ran away, and people don't really speak his name anymore. The people who've taken over seem to want to take it a bit forward, but whether they do or not is another thing. It's a strange time at the moment. Tides have turned. I think now that PP are out, who were kind of a fascist government, they... The Floribama accent, that's the one. Joking. I might... could go grab that one while we're here. Might as well. She does bad things to herself when she's watching Forrest Gump. Yeah, maybe, Julie. That was actually what they were saying. But you've got to understand that they support Scottish independence as well here in Catalonia. They're very anywhere that's trying to gain independence, they kind of support it. I was saying that in the Scotland one, you could see more Catalan flags sometimes than Scottish flags. But I think that's all to do with the fact that Scotland actually had the right to vote and do it. It'll never happen. Never happen. Apart from apparently in the EU, there is a lot of support to free some of the people who are imprisoned, because there are people here. One of my students' fathers was imprisoned on some jumped up charge. I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. I mean, it's pretty scary, you know, standing outside the polling stations like we were, well, it'd have been a year ago, actually. A year ago, 3 days. Standing outside the polling stations just expecting the national police to come beat the shit out of you. It wasn't... It was a scary day in some aspects. Luckily, they never came here, so... No, they kind of got rid of them. They got ousted because they'd all been taking backhanders over stuff. I mean, they say they're not a Frankenist government, but they bloody are. So strange that fascism exists here. I don't know how it's allowed. And it's supported by the government as well. That's the thing. So strange. And the new government say they don't support it, but there was a load of people brought in on buses to Barcelona last week. They weren't from around. They weren't from around here. It is. It is, Mo. Yeah, well, Italy as a country is really stray. I mean, it's as crooked as a £9.50 note, isn't it? In general, I mean, the bloody president's crooked as... he was, anyway. I don't think he's in power anymore, but he was crooked as... I don't give a shit. I've lost me jump sheet. Ah, there it is. Okay. Got a bit panicked there. I would the only thing I don't like about Italy, actually, in general, is racism still quite strong there. I mean, it actually is here in Spain as well. Why can't I select the star? Because I've not scanned it, so it. Or am I too far away from it? It's really strange. Maybe I was pressing the wrong button. Don't know. Oh, it's because I haven't got a bloody thing. I haven't got a thing set up, have I? Let's have a look. Right, okay. So, we only have to do this one jump here, so we'll be alright. Brian Zofsky. I didn't scan this one, did I? Never mind. It's not the end of the world. Pull it back in, otherwise I'm gonna lose it. Damn it. I knew I'd gone in a little bit too. Yeah, I just don't like the kind of rampant racism that seems to be completely acceptable. It's very, very strange. It's not really something I feel comfortable with, especially when you see kids coming out with some stuff. Gives me a chance to shout at them. Oh, I think I'm seeing Brian getting kind of chugged around inside the thing. Where's me? There he is. Watch him go. Whoa! Threw him out. Off we go. Next one. Oh no, I haven't even got the next one plotted, have I? Is it 13.8? 13.8. Yeah, but I mean, it's, you know, it goes in all directions as well. That's what really kind of bothers me. So when I use the term racism, I'm not just talking about white people. I'm talking about everybody. Like, so here in Spain, there's kind of, you know, because it's Spain, so the white people don't like the Moroccans, they don't like black people, they don't like, I've got quite a lot of African people here, they don't like them, but it gets returned as well, and it just means that everything kind of becomes segregated and separated, and certain people go shopping in certain places, and it just, I don't like that. It's not really my thing. Good evening, Jess. I just rather everybody mixes and not necessarily gets on, because I know that's a silly Disney idea, but certainly let's all mix a little bit and let ourselves kind of introduce each other to new things. Oh, it depends where you go, Mo. It really does. There's some people over there, but generally, I mean, you know, like I say, it is about areas and stuff like that. Did Brian go for some beer? Because he's 3,000 seconds from the start. What was it President Reagan said one time? He said, you know, wouldn't it be... It fixes in with this game when he says, you know, I wonder how quickly we'd all put our differences aside if someone came from outer space and tried to kind of take over. Well, it's funny you should say that, Alex, because I was one of the people who, when I first heard the kind of term "all lives matter," I was like, okay, yeah, I think that's what it should be. But after some people kind of hijacked it and started using it for nefarious reasons, I just thought, oh, bloody sod it. Sod it, sod it, sod it. Because, like I say, it comes on both sides. It's not a one-sided thing. And I said two sides. It comes in from all sides. I'm so sorry. This cough's really bad. I'm getting worried. This cough's gonna turn into something bigger.
I was going to say something there, but I won't say it.
No, go ahead.
No, I bet your cough turned into something worse. No, I won't.
Alright, okay.
I don't think it was stream friendly.
Oh god, I know. And it is getting worse through the stream, that's what's worrying me. It's here, which is never a good thing when you can feel it here. Never a good thing.
It's alcohol withdrawal symptoms.
Probably is. Yeah, that's how it should be, isn't it, Mo? Right, people, I am going to have to put the kettle on at some point because I am starting to get a little bit what's the word? As everybody knows, I'm on a dry month at the moment, so if you wonder why I'm shaking, big bags under my eyes and feeling ill, it's withdrawal, probably. You're not an alcoholic, you just like a drink.
I'm not on a dry month, I'm drinking lots of cans of water.
Oh, and just so everybody knows, I'm not doing it for the whole sober October thing. That I actually made the decision before it hit October. And I will drink this month, I'm just not drinking to excess. And
when I'll do the sober month thing.
When you're dead?
Pretty much.
I'm not doing it for good reason. I'm actually doing it for selfish reasons. I had the idea that if I drink a lot less than I do now, I'll be able to afford better whiskey come the end of the month. So it's there's another side to it. Basically, what's happened is the last few months I've drank nothing but good whiskey, and the really bad stuff tastes like shite, and I just can't stomach it properly. It was probably because I was quaffing that bloody cask strength stuff the other week.
That's why if you get used to the not so good stuff and then occasionally get the good stuff.
Exactly. And then of course, like I was saying, I was quaffing that bloody cask strength stuff as well, so nothing tastes anywhere near as like that does now.
It's kind of like drinking nothing but Peroni and then having Tennants, and you're like, ugh, I don't want that. Whereas if you drink nothing but Tennants, then have Peroni, you love it. Not that I drink Tennants, I'm just using that as an example, because Tennants is absolutely shit.
If I was in Scotland, I think I'd have to drink Tennants once.
You wouldn't drink Tennants, no. Not when there's Aldi.
It was like when I was in America, the first beer I bought was Colt 45. Yeah, I think you can be whatever you want to be in when it comes to politics.
Aldi do a really nice beer. I don't know if you've ever tried Krombacher.
Yes, I have.
This is called Rheinbacher, and the bottle looks 95% identical to a Krombacher bottle.
Right.
And it's like a 500ml bottle, £1.20. It's lovely.
It was better than Budweiser Ellersgar, to be fair. I was drinking Modelo most of the time.
It's German beer, so
Yeah, well, the other one you're on about, that we can get that here really cheap, actually. So cheap. So
before the minimum pricing came out, it was about 65p a bottle. Now it's like £1.20. So yeah, go figure. Beer doubled in price overnight.
craps. I mean, our cans of beer are like 40p, and that's the good stuff. Slightly smaller than the UK ones, but if you want, like, Australia have just started doing kind of the
30s, and we used to have 440s.
Yeah, so Australia started doing.
Pint cans.
I think Australia started doing the 440s, and they are like, I think they're €1 or something. Don't cost much more than that. Right, people, I'm just going to take a short break because I need to put this in the microwave. So I'll be 2 or 3 minutes.
60ml bottles and 650ml bottles.
Oh, actually, they do the big bottles here, huge bottles for like £1 as well. But San Miguel and stuff like that.
Yeah, they used to be £1 here. They're now £2.50.
I did Ellersgar. I had Modelo, white and black most of the time. I had a few Coronas. I had a few Samuel Adams as well. Right, I'll be back in a second. Hard liquor is your. Hang on, what have we got here? Oh, we've got onto gun chat now, have we? Everybody will start getting the dick out and waving it at each other next. Right, let's have a look. So, hard liquor, probably. Oh Christ, Hove, bloody hell. I've never shot a wheel gun. Shot a Tech 9. What else? Tech 9. I don't think I shot the Magnum. I think somebody asked me if I wanted to shoot a Magnum, but I said no. Shot a sniper rifle. I shot this one sniper rifle that I think it cost 20 quid a bullet or something. Behave you.
I will shoot you where you're sitting.
Sorry, I've got a bit of a cat war going on in the house.
Is Cat Wars anything like Robot Wars?
No, because I never place bets. But it's just one of them. I mean, they get on really well in general. It's just one of them when he wants to be. He's a bit of a bully. So I got a Nerf gun to cap him with when he gets out of line. Ah, well, we all go in our different lines, don't we, Mo?
So, what you're saying live on stream is you bought an Nerf gun to shoot your cat, punish it.
Yeah, pretty much. When he gets too much out of line, yeah. It's only a tiny little thing. He doesn't even feel it, that's the thing. He's more scared of just the look of it.
So now it's psychological warfare.
Yeah, technically. With a cat. Yeah, has everybody got guns in here? Oh well, you've got to remind me, people. I cannot do any streams of American Truck Simulator if Mo's in, because he's going to just be telling me everything I'm doing wrong. Because I did fancy streaming that game at some point. Oh, we're still red. What are we doing? I do shoot my cat with a Nerf gun, yeah. But it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not abuse of any type. I just do it when I know he's going to attack the other one, or I know he's in the mindset of attacking it, then I shoot him so that he switches his mindset. Although I've just seen him attack the other one.
Don't even think about it.
And I'm just going to have to separate him because he's in a mood.
Get out.
Right, just so you can all understand the situation with the cat, because it just looks really bad if somebody says, you Nerf gun your cat. Right. I adopted this cat after seeing him being advertised for, I think, about 6 months on a cat adoption website. And the people were desperate to get rid of him because they'd moved into a house, or they were moving to a house that they couldn't take him to. And this advert read how lovely he was and how nice he was. I went to the house, met the people. He was kind of living in the top of the house in like an attic space, but not dirty attic. It was like had furniture and stuff, and it was cleaned out, but he was just being kind of kept in there, so he couldn't do any damage to the rest of the house. And I should have realised at the time I was being taken for a ride, because they had a bird with alopecia. And this is not an untrue story. They had a bird with alopecia, and when I asked as to how do you possibly have a bird with alopecia, they said, oh, the cat dragged the cage to the ground one day, or when he was really young he dragged the cage to the ground, and the budgie developed alopecia afterwards. So I kind of just, you know, thought, okay, right, okay, that's the thing. And then later on the guy, because it was in Spanish, it was in the early days when I didn't really understand a lot of what I was hearing, I understood most of it. The guy starts telling me that he used to have a fish tank. Used to. And since I've taken the cat, I've realised that the cat obviously pushed the fish tank over. Anyway, we took him in, and he's really nice and cute at times, but when he's in dickhead, what I call dickhead mode, is just like... I just love the fact that we've worked out whenever I go to bed, he just goes everywhere where he shouldn't be. So he'll be on the kitchen counter just like, look at this, you baldy bastard. But like, he's just constantly like that. And then when he gets it in his head that he wants to attack the other one, he just hassles her too much. And the Nerf gun doesn't just redirects his attention. It's a really crappy one. It's a zombie apocalypse casino. No, we're here. Okay, so we're on to the next one. This is a long jump, people. Just so you know, we're not going anywhere fast here. I do try and look at some of the systems as I jump. I think Brian might have got ahead of me for once here. Bloody hell. He has. Have I been talking too much?
That would be a yes, Swifty, you have.
Well, let's keep it going. Oh, we might get dropped out of this. Yeah, luckily I caught it, so I'm going to be able to get back in on it. Ooh. Might have to have a look at that FSD. Module. Come on, module. I did replot, didn't I? Yeah. What are we on? Ah, we're only on 79. 'Tis but a flesh wound. There's a exploration update coming, Mo. Big one. It'll change the exploration part of the game. I'm expecting the beta to be out any time now. I'm really hoping they don't bring it out last week of October, because I'm going to be knee deep in horse balls. So that's going to be. I was going to use the term hard. I'm gonna say something else. That's going to be difficult to find. It's going to be difficult to find more time, if that would be the case. Ooh, what's this little thing here? It's 1,500. Oh, look at them all lined up like pretty little things, and it's an A-star. Do you know what? I'm going to have to go get this one, people. It's untagged, and it's just sitting there all nice like. And it's in the habitable zone. It's a free one, Mo. You just pay with your life. Welcome everybody else who's dropped in. I can see the viewing figures have kind of gone up, so if you really want to drop by and hello in the chat and say hello, don't be put off by these lot talking about guns and stuff. They're all a bit... Don't worry, you're more than welcome. Feel free to drop by in the chat and say hello. More salt than the Dead Sea. Don't forget to click that like button, people, while you're here. Please, please, pretty please. Click that like button. Click that subscribe button, actually, if you really like what you're watching tonight. And you can be made aware when I'm going live and all that stuff. Ah, don't worry, Mo. Most people do. I forget half the time. I think I just missed the cutoff point. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I caught it. I caught it. Ah, that's good. Thank you very much. If you subscribe, you get to see the screen dance with your name all over it. Unless you're on Twitch, and then it does something different, because I forgot to set it up.
I never got to see that because I subscribed before you implemented that feature, so I feel robbed.
Oh, I'll tell you what. The next time I set up a stream, I'll do it. I'll do one for you. I think I can make it do it. Right, so that should be terraformable. That one is. That one should be. Ooh, no. Yes, that one should be. That one should be. Ooh, God almighty, people. Yep, that's terraformable. That one should be. We're actually in a nice system here. You do have to go a little bit further to get them. No, you know what? I'm gonna stay true to the stream, people. I just keep it on all the time, Mo. Just go into the mouse part of the options and just keep it on. I don't think it's worth taking it off, to be honest. I really don't. It does help. It does help, and I think that, to be honest with you, it's pointless not to have it, really. I know that I'm probably not actually jumping as fast as I could tonight. I was just thinking that there. I might be dropping off slightly. Not dropping off to sleep, but dropping off my normal, like, when I'm really in the mood to get somewhere. Normally doesn't take that long to... It's distracting. Oops. I find it, to be honest with you, when I'm out in the black, I find it incredibly good for when you're fuel scooping. Just to make sure that you're... just to make sure that you're under that orbit line. Oh, not the orbit line, the atmospheric line. Or the danger line. I don't know exactly what you call it, this thing.
Exclusion zone.
Exclusion zone, that's the one. It's a good job, Yori. I might look a right muppet. Yes, basically, Mo, yeah. And like Athena says, most of the buttons you really don't use. I get by with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's about 17 buttons I get by with in total. I love using the joypad for the SRV because it actually feels kind of like you're using something different. $2K, bloody hell. It's got a bit of a kicker called Python, hasn't it? Oh, crapola. I'm just going to take up into the Bernie zone there. Well, the extra buttons that I'm talking about here are on my Xbox controller, so like I use all the menus I use with my Xbox controller, which sits kind of on my knee as I'm playing. But that also doubles up as my SRV as well. And I could do with a better flight yoke. This one is so basic, it's unbelievable. Like, this one's got a massive exclusion zone. Look at that. Those are scary, those ones. I'm not a big fan of them. You can jump faster from them, but bloody hell. Yeah, actually, I used to fly with the Xbox controller before I got this thing, and it has its own charm. The way of like having those kind of dual axis for dogfighting's pretty good. And if I was richer, I would love a better throttle. Maybe if I can get enough subscribers one day, I might be able to get sponsored by somebody. Sitting on a wonderful chair.
You never know.
Okay. Could have gone a bit faster there, couldn't I? It's silly stops and starts like that really slow you down when you're trying to get to a destination. 8-3 Addicate, -3 Addicate, -3. Okay, I want to that one. I did, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some interesting flight chair builds in my time, actually. I actually saw a video once of a guy who built his own simulator at home, his own Formula 1 simulator. Crazy. And of course the flight simulator world is full of those people. They spend a fortune on flight simulator. If you think, actually, that's something I was thinking the other night. If you think that Star Citizen fans spend a lot of money, go see the flight simulator community. That is some crazy money being spent over there. Still.
If they spend so much money on flight simulator stuff, would it not be more practical to go and get your pilot license and get a plane and actually fly?
The funny thing is that most of them, quite a lot of people who play on there are actually pilots. It allows them to kind of keep themselves up to scratch without spending a ton of money on petrol and stuff, I'm guessing. Right, okay, next one. But yeah, there's people, well, and the thing is that some of them, like, if you want to, for example, if the 737's your favourite plane, you're not going to be buying one anytime soon, are you? So, but to have a full simulator in your garage or whatever. And this guy waves it at the neighbours when they don't turn the music down. They're like, yoo-hoo! A23, okay, yeah. Well. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I need to fix this bloody thing. I'll do one more jump and then I'll fix it. Supercharged. Yeah, it's actually pretty good for 23 quid. I use the headphones these days. I'm gonna have to replace these soon because they're half falling apart, but they're a nice pair. Sennheiser. Okay. We are gonna drop our subcruise. No, it shouldn't have. Alright. Now I won't take that over, take fuel scoop off for the time being. Okay, so we've got our power that we need. And we'll fix that baby. Ah, right, okay, yeah. Didn't think about that. And you just can't really take a lot with you either when you're kind of going to a new life. I know I had to leave a ton of stuff behind in England. Don't know where half of it is now, actually. Right, it's going to take a couple of seconds to fix this frameshift drive because it's it was pretty low as it was. gonna take a few minutes to fix. Anybody see that bottle of whiskey on the news today that went for £800,000? Did you hear about that, Brian? The whiskey that went for 800,000?
What?
There was a whiskey today, most expensive whiskey on the planet. Macallan one, I think it was.
Damn,
800,000.
that's expensive. If you seriously bought that for 800 grand, would you drink it?
Oh, absolutely. If I had 800 grand to buy a bottle of whiskey, I mean 800 grand's not going to be anything, is it? It's going to be a drop in the ocean. Oh, this is going to be tricky actually. Never thought about this. I'm going to change my position a little bit. I'm just a bit concerned when I first... It was 60 years... Well, it was actually older than 60 years. It was bottled in 86, but it was from... Why has that just gone through that when I did put my bloody thing down? So it was 60 years aged. It had been bottled in 86. Sorry?
That's older than me.
Yeah, I think it was distilled in 1926.
I was born in 88.
All right, so yeah.
I should go auctioning myself. I might get 2 bob if I'm lucky.
I think the closest I'll ever get to a truly expensive whiskey has been offered a taste at a distillery. Right, okay. Supercharged. Off we go, ladies and gents. As the music keeps stopping. Oh, it's this. Oh no, it's for Kathina's song. That's why. I'm actually surprised that it didn't go for more because it is the most expensive whiskey in the world. And I thought there might have been an Arab somewhere, or so, you know, well, not an Arab, but a member of the Arabs family, because the Arabs, they don't, the Arab princes, they don't drink, do they? Not officially. So I'm surprised one of their kind of people didn't buy them it or something. I think if you'd have done that, Ellidsgard, you'd have probably had people like me on their hands and knees just licking it up. I mean, I don't know, but I would hope somebody drinks it. And I would hope it's drinkable. I'm supposing it is drinkable if it's been bottled and not opened. Unfortunately, all these jumps are necessary, people. There's just nothing kind of out in this area. It gets so sparse out here. We've got a few places to visit on the way to Beagle Point. I don't know, 6 or 7 more things to go through, and it's still a bit of a ways away, but it's not out of. I can't remember how far away we are from the bubble now. We're a long bloody way, I know that much. You can't even really see the bubble from the galaxy map. I'll give you a look. When you look at the galaxy map, you can't see the bubble properly. Because you're that far over. I mean, God, we're definitely over halfway from Sajay, and Sajay is halfway across the bloody galaxy. It's all the way back there. I wonder where Bob is. What's Bob up to? What's Bobbio up to? Is that Bob? Oh no, that's Marshall back out on his travels. Bob must have given up for the night. So yeah, we're God, we're miles away, aren't we? But even Colonia, where we set off, I can't believe how far away we've got from there as well. It's just, I've never been this far. No, but you're saying that, Ellidsgar, that would be like somebody going to a gun auction, buying a really, really, really nice gun and just putting it in water with salt in it. Wouldn't it? I really don't know, Mo. It's not something I've thought about nor want to think about, because I'm trying to stay in the mentality of being out in the black. A couple of times I've had a temptation to just to think, well, maybe it's better to just go back to the bubble and we can do some other bits and bobs. But I really want to do this because I said I'd do it in the summer and I never did. And so I'm gonna stick with it for the time being, and I think Brian's gonna stick with it until.
To be fair, what's the point going back when you're already the spark hidden?
Yeah, I know. I think that's the thing. But what if they were to say that the update's gonna drop in 5 days?
No, not that.
I'm just wondering if I just hear your microphone go like, "See, I wouldn't want to be you."
Huh?
Because you said you wanted to get back for it.
Well, I mean, even if the beta came out this week, I could easily get back in a day. It's not hard with neutrons. But, I mean, now that they've said that they're going to make the Discovery scanner, they're just going to change it and you don't need to buy anything. Well, I would have everything I need anyway, so it's not a big deal. I thought you would need to like buy all the modules and stuff, but if they're just going to switch your stuff if you've already got it, then it's not an issue, is it?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. My suspicion would be we're probably going to get there sometime this time next week. We do the thing 3 days a week, so it's kind of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I used to stream on Sunday nights, but I'm going to be honest, with my mountain walking at the weekend, Sunday nights has become a really, really hard time to stream. It's just become the hardest time to stream, really. Like Friday night's not too bad because I don't have to get up Saturday morning, so I can kind of do it into the night.
Maybe you should have a schedule and just stream when you can.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, Kathina, thank you so much. Wow.
What did Katina do?
She's just donated like 130 quid.
What? Damn.
Wow. I'm a bit speechless there. You didn't... you didn't send me 13 quid by accident, did you? You didn't mean to send me 13 quid by accident, did you? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, now I have to work the way to get it through PayPal without the Spanish authorities taking their chunk out of it. No, they won't. They won't. Wow. Thank you so much, because it's not... I don't know. I'm not like all these money donations and stuff. It's really nice when I get them, and some people have been like really good. So to have somebody do that it's amazing. Thank you so much, and I will. I've actually got one open in Amazon. No, I'll have to offer myself up to her, won't I? Maybe. Maybe that's maybe that was her thing. She now wants blood. Blood for a sacrifice. Thank you so much. Because listen, people, Kathina, it's not just that she comes into the stream and chats to everybody and kind of keeps things ticking over while I'm crashing into stuff. Yeah, that's the word, Brian. She does a hell of a lot on the Discord as well, doing builds and stuff like that. Sometimes she forgets to put a cockpit in the ship, but you know. It happens. It's not good flying through space on the outside of a ship with a rem lock on, but it works for some people. Oh, I've already got the Red Dead money put aside, Dave. This is for a chair. Because I've been dying for one for ages. Actually, well, I say I've got the Red Dead money put aside. I haven't. I've got 3 games that I'm going to trade in because I never play them. And then I think I have to add about 20 quid to it, so... So yeah, I'll have to have a look on Amazon now, again. I did have it open earlier. I'll be able to decorate it with Christmas lights and everything. Just like my ship. Well, you say that I've given you a lot of entertainment.
Well,
You've given... Sorry, go on.
A combat wing day, at least.
Yeah, we'll have to have a Kathina day where I destroy like 100 million quid's worth of ships. And what was I saying there about, you know, you say that I entertain you, but...
your ships or enemy ships?
No, my ships, I meant. You were saying that I've given you a lot of entertainment, but I think that a lot of it's reciprocated as well. You've come in and talked a lot and chatted about various things and chatted to people in the Discord and stuff like that, so thank you so much. And that took me so by surprise because I thought it was somebody subscribing. I honestly thought it was somebody subscribing and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so... Oh, I wonder if I can get that chair in a couple of days then. Oh Christ, let's not talk about VR with me, Mo. That won't be coming anytime soon. Jess, I just had that vision about a second after you said it.
Never know, if you put a new donation thing up, you might get VR sooner than you think.
Yeah. I was literally, Jess, I was thinking of like stacking 6 of them on top of each other. So you could only see me from the neck down. Jeez.
If you did that with Kathina's money, I think she would put a charge back and fuck you over.
Or I'd get Bisto gravy, which contained anthrax.
But Bristol gravy with anthrax, it's all Bristol gravy.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, yeah, no, you're more than welcome. So is everybody else. I mean, I've said, like... I'm really surprised. Alright, Ray, thanks for dropping by. See you soon. What was I going to say? I've got a lot out of this. I'm not on about monetarily.
I think we need to get Kathina more involved with the stream.
Yeah, I don't. I've said to her when I go back to the bubble, I'll definitely do some combat stuff. It's alright. I'm gonna put it out to pasture, Jess. It's gonna go sit on the balcony where it belongs with the other lawn furniture. Thanks for dropping in, Wraith there. Good to see you again. What was I trying? I was on a train of thought about. That was it. When I first started streaming, I honestly didn't expect to do this type of streaming. I was expecting to do. I was expecting to do like you know, just little videos and stuff like that, like tip videos. But as I was doing those tip videos, I was seeing that some people's were lasting 2 minutes, and then my video would last like 20 minutes.
So you didn't expect to find weirdos like me?
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I'm only kidding. And so it was really strange that when I first started doing it.
I'm sorry, continue.
No, it's alright. I was just I was really surprised when people started dropping in and it was strange that when I couldn't understand why people wanted to just sit and watch me play, like, because I'm not like a lot of these other people who have a lot of la-di-da about their streams and stuff, and people who actually, and I don't mean that in a bad way, there's people who put a lot of effort into their streams to make them look really good and everything, and I kind of come along and do it what's the term? Gonzo style, you know? I just didn't think anybody'd really want to watch that. I didn't think anybody'd be interested in kind of watching me mess up. I think it's the best way to put it. But it's been great. I really enjoy it, and you know, every time when I go into
I'm very interested.
I kind of got that. And you know, when for example I've gone walking in the mountains and stuff and can't do a stream, I always feel pretty bad about
Plus,
it.
it gives me something to do.
Yeah, I mean, we could be learning a new language or something like that, but instead we're jumping through strange hyperspace. So, let's have a look.
Why learn a new language when I can drink beer and jump in space?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's. Oh no, we've still got nine jumps. I honestly thought we'd finished that leg of the route there. A little bit disappointed. Yeah, I mean maybe that is what it is. That's why I think that even though you don't like the content, I'm gonna make Red Dead Redemption interesting for you. We're gonna be there with inspecting those horse balls. Oh God, Mo! Do you know?
If you need to watch it.
Do you know what, Mo? I'm sure I probably have at some point. I'm sure I probably have. In fact, I dread to think. I know I've farted a few times on streams and been like, try and keep that to myself, you know. But you know. I was joking, but I want to get you into it. I want to turn somebody around, but anyway. No, I will still do Elite around that time, but I'm gonna be honest. If I start gushing about it every 5 minutes, you're just gonna have to put up with it. I'm afraid.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I know. Like, what was I thinking there? I was thinking something there, but I've forgotten it now. Never mind.
Fuel scooping.
I think we should all get Ellersgaard to come over this side of the pond and climb a mountain.
Frameshift drive charging.
No, but that's another thing about the stream. Like meeting Ellersgaard, you know. I don't know. Sometimes you just, you know, things happen, and it's. I've really kind of enjoyed it all. Me, I really have. Yeah, don't forget. No, we turn. He'd have to turn left.
Fuel scooping.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He'd have to jump out over England. Actually, no, he'd have to jump out over the coast of Ireland and then free fall into the into West Yorkshire.
Frameshift drive charging.
That'll be the way. Oh, actually, I've done Ben Nevis. I liked Ben Nevis. Strange mountain though, but I liked it.
Don't you call my mountain strange, you bastard?
Well, it is strange. I didn't mean it in a bad way. I mean it. Listen, when you normally most mountains you climb, you've got maybe 2 different types of weather. Most of them it's just one. Yeah, it can be cold. Exactly, that's what I mean. When I climbed Ben Nevis, it was boiling hot at the bottom, pouring down with rain in the middle, foggy close to the top, and then there was actually snowing and laid snow at the top with hailstones.
Frameshift drive charging.
At least there was no lava streams.
Yeah. I mean, I actually really like climbing it. I actually lost a friend on there a couple of years ago. My friend was climbing it and died. Not climbing, walking. He was climbing with ropes. But I liked it when I was there. I really liked the different. It was very kind of. Anybody could really climb it as long as they're fit enough, which is good because not all mountains are that accessible. And some of the ones I climb here in the Pyrenees, you can't even see the route on them.
Frameshift drive charging.
No jumping. Well, you'd have no option if you were coming over here.
Fuel scooping.
What am I doing still online? I've made my money. Right, see you all. Roll credits. Ah.
Fuel scooping complete.
Do you know what it is? It's because I try and get people talking about other things than Elite. Because I'd try and get you all talk about other stuff sometimes, and I'll get involved in it. That is one little trick I use.
Talk about power play.
Let's not.
Okay.
Actually, some of the rewards you get in Power Play, they're not bad.
Yeah, but the hassle to get them.
Yeah.
Doing whatever just to get a reward.
And I promise, Kathina, once I'm back in the bubble, I won't be doing exploration for a while. This itch has been... this hitch has well and truly been scratched.
He'll be doing combat, Githina.
I'm actually looking forward to it. I did alright in the last time, so I'll probably be shit now, but...
That's just the law of averages. Balancing itself out.
When I get back to the bubble, one of the things I'm going to do is actually on the way back, I'm going to get in touch with FDev and get them to sort my player group out, because I really actually want to have a home and a place to work on. Once I've done that, then I can start looking at, oh, we've got Terraformable Waterworld there, and this should be Terraformable High Metal content. However, that colour isn't always good.
With that body.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be done within a few weeks, and I've been waiting for ages.
Honestly, there's been people waiting 6 months for this.
That's crazy.
Go and ask Down to Earth and what's the English guy's name? I can't remember.
Obsidian Ant? No, not Obsidian Ant. Rusty Dog.
Oh, no, not Rusty. No, the one that's got cancer. I can't remember his name.
Commander Platter.
He's been wanting his group for bloody ages, and
Frameshift drive charging.
they don't answer him, basically.
Yeah, it's really strange. I don't know why. I think some of it's to do with, as far as I've been told, that if you, but not just to play a group. I've registered like the player. There's 2 steps to it, and I can't remember which one's which because I've not looked at it in ages. But you kind of have to register your faction first, and then you can get the official player group in a system, or it might be the other way around.
I think he's been waiting about 4, 5, 6 months to get his group into the game.
Wow. Yeah, no, I mean, I want to thank everybody for their patronage and stuff.
I don't know if it's exactly as long as that, but he's been waiting a hell of a long time. And it's like, they just keep mugging him off.
But I know that, like, if you... Well, I'm supposing he's done his homework, but if you choose, like, a system where it's already occupied or whatever, they just don't answer you back. They just don't bother.
Maybe they've been so busy with the Q4 because all the people that's been to this event, the FDev, are under a NDA. And they're all very optimistic, but they can't say anything. So maybe the FDev's been really busy with Q4 and they've not had time for anything else. That might make sense.
Yeah, it could be.
As good as what they say.
Could be. You might be right.
All we can do is hope so.
I have, Dave. I was bigging them up not so long ago, and I might actually try, when I'm back, I might actually try and do a stream where I do some trading with them, because they are a great play group. 24-hour stream. Okay, so we will absolutely 100% do a 24-hour stream around Christmas.
Marshall just sent a message saying that they've actually got their play group now, but it did take a long time to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I know some play groups that have been put together in a week. It would probably have to be a 24-hour combat. Actually, probably a 24-hour mixture of everything. You'd have to really mix it up that day. But that would be really cool to get as many people as well from Discord to kind of join in and get involved with it at different hours of the day, you know? But yeah, I'll organise that around Christmas. Christmas time. I feed the world playing non-stop in the background. So, okay, we've arrived wherever we were arriving. 23. So let's have a look where we are now. So if we're on 23 there. Look, people, this is another thing I talk about when I'm doing the stream, because you're all sat there nattering with each other and stuff like that, and I'm kind of reacting to that. We've cut off a huge percentage of this journey, and we're not quite there, but we've. When I looked at the amount of jumps before, I was like, oh Christ, this is going to be forever. But we're actually not far off now. We're getting towards the neutron field, so I think. Oh.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive.
Do you know one of the things about the AFMU I'm really surprised about is I've really not had to fix the frameshift drive that often. I know, Kathina, it's a real shame that you can't have some people drive. I'd love to do stuff with Jess and Elasgar. I really would. As with
You can usually get
as a Dave as well.
20 to 30 jumps within neutron boost. It depends on how long you stay in the cone. If you stay in too long, it damages you more.
Yeah, I generally am in and out.
Yeah, let's see the really active ones that kind of... See how you get the super giant stars that hold you in with their gravity? If you get one of those really active neutrons, it holds you in longer for like a double boost, so it like does double the damage.
Well, that's why when you've seen me scoop them, I do it really, really close towards the back. Because as long as you power down just for the first part of it and then power up, it should never hold you for longer than that one. Even in some of the most active. I mean, the most active one thing, I think it held me for about 3, I think. And that one was pretty crazy. Oh, that's an idea, Marshall. I don't think Athena would do that one. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Alex, it all depends how you feel about it. You know, if you think it's going to be worth it, it wouldn't take that long to get some of your stuff back, I'm sure. But it is an investment, and you have to really ask yourself the question: is the game going to have that longevity for you? Is it like I think it is for me? Like Athena says about me doing all these discovery trips and going out and doing X, Y, and Z. Like, if I'm prepared to sit and do this for hours, which I'm going to be totally fair, the stream helps. I don't know if I'd do this if I wasn't in stream. I think that's why I chose the explore route, because in other games it's generally probably the part I'd leave behind. But if you think you're going to get your money's worth out of the game, then just get it ported. Sooner you get it ported, the more money you'll have. Yeah, that's why I'm saying, Jess, it'd have to be back in the bubble and...
Oh, I'm going to call it here. I've got work tomorrow.
Okie dokie. I would probably do it in 6-hour chunks, Jess. So there'd be 6 hours of combat, 6 hours of trading and stuff, 6 hours of exploration or something going around, and then I would probably for the last 6 hours do 6 hours of story, something to do with the lore of the game, so that I can actually, you know, I think that would be the way to go about it. You'd have to do the combat pretty early on, because once the tiredness kicks in, you're gonna look pretty daft. 9-7 people.
Frameshift drive charging.
Six hour nap. That's not allowed. I know one of the tricks though, which is quite interesting, is to start it in the morning, which is what I did when I did the 24-hour 3-peak challenge in England. Just before I left England, I did 3 mountains in 24 hours. The only problem is one of them's in Scotland, one of them's in Wales, and one of them is in England. And the trick to that was to start first thing in the morning, so that you're only actually doing part of it at night.
Frameshift drive charging.
I wonder why they can't give you your ships and your rank back. I really don't understand why that cannot be transferred. Yeah, that's a good idea, what Kathina's saying there. Okay, you won't get your engineering back, but you'll get all the money off them. That would be a sad day to have to sell your ships, though. Oh, like Jess says, just start again in the PC mode, and then when you get, if you ever get the hankering to go back into a really high-class ship, you can just nip back on the Xbox, play a bit on there, and then once you've fulfilled that that feeling, then you can go back over to the PC and continue on. There must be, I think there's a technical reason for it though. Well, there is a technical reason for it, isn't there? There must be. There must be a technical reason for it. Bum, 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 bum. It could be because they're awkward as well. Well, actually, there was a website I was looking at the other day where you can get the base game for £12. Steam access code for £12 or €12 actually. So pounds probably not even that. So if anybody does want it, just tell me, because if you link it through me, I'll get some kind of tiny bit of money back. Well, not money back, but they'll put it off against other games for me, which does help. If anybody buys a lot of stuff through Steam, let me know, because, you know, I can probably help you get stuff a little bit cheaper. I don't buy anything directly through Steam anymore. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Okay, so we're gonna go. We're really not that far off, people. We're not gonna get there in tonight's stream, but we're really not that far off. Probably the next stream will probably be there in the first hour, within the first hour of the stream. So that'll be on Friday night. Won't be getting as conked this Friday night as I normally do, though. So just so you know, that won't be happening this week. Although maybe I should buy a small bottle of wine. If I could maybe sit back in my chair. I know it might be a bit too soon for my chair that day. How did you manage to mix in bloody Grand Theft Auto and this, Jess? I don't think Jess does anything at work.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
So I'm gonna do these last few jumps, I think, for this stint, and then it's really is like what, 35 jumps left. We've done like 10,000 light years. I know, that's what I'm thinking. There's something. Something, because he's also, didn't he play a lot of Grand Theft Auto as well? Oh right, okay, sorry, didn't mean to bring that up. Hang on, I'm single. I've still got a life. What's it supposed to mean? Hello, Christopher. Yes, I am. We're still a fair way out. I'll show you in a bit where we are. Simply because on the other gaming systems more, you have to actually pay to play online. And so they don't want crossplay. They only want people on their systems so that people will pay to play on their systems. That's basically it. There's no other reason why. Fortnite has just won a really big battle to be crossplay, but it's because it's so popular that not having crossplay means that Windows and Android have kind of got something over you.
Frameshift drive charging.
I don't think it's fair to blame Sony. Sony used to be free to play online. They only started charging because Xbox were making so much money from it. Do you know one of the things? One of the realizations is that when you're doing this game and you're putting so much time and effort into it, you're like, it's a game. If I had the host computer, I could just go from this from Sol to Beagle Point in the click of a button. But no. One guy with a loach on his shoulder had to go and screw it up. Yeah, but I think there's something, Kathina. I think there must be some something to do with the exact values of what you've done not being transferable. So whether they do it in a different way on PlayStation to how they do it on PC, how they rank you, how you actually get points and things like that to rank you up. Do you get what I mean in the background system? There's something there, because otherwise I can't see why they wouldn't just do it. But again, you cannot transfer your characters from the Division on the PlayStation to the Division on the PC. You can't do that. So there is, I think it is something to do with PlayStation Network and everything. Oh Christ, did you see that neutron there? That was class. It's just off my... There you go, look at that baby there. That frightened me a bit when I came in there. Right, what's my next jump? Because, 5 jumps. What's my next jump, please? Oh no. No, I'm here. Okay, that's probably why. It's, can we put the next one in? Yeah, let's do it, kids. Let's put the next one in. I'm probably not going to complete all these jumps, but I'll put the system in anyway because it's counting down. I'll have to remind Brian to catch up tomorrow instead of him playing Jurassic Park. Oh, there he is, Brian. You're going to have to catch these up tomorrow. Put that Jurassic Park game down. Get serious. Right, let's have a look. So am I going to have to do this, I'm supposing? Yeah, 287. So I am going to... It's going to be strange. I'm going to kind of have to... I'm going to have to be really careful on this, actually, because I didn't realise how close that is. How close is it? Wow, it's close. So we got the school, we got the fuel, and now we're going to have to go into the neutron, which is... Look at that! It's actually coming through the coronal mass ejection. Look at that. That's great. That looks so strange. It probably isn't right, but there's somebody saying that the neutron stars are actually really small, but they have the mass of a star. Right, come on, let's do this, people. Let's get in it. I'm really dubious about flying towards this one because it's so close to the other sun. I don't want it throwing me around and crashing me into everything, but I can't gauge how close I am. I'm assuming as I make my little turn to the center here, I'm going to have to back off at some point. Sometimes actually when you're on your side you can work out... Whoa, there we are. There you go. I thought he said aluminium face. I was like, what? Who's aluminium face? Well, if we've done anything tonight properly, people, we have got some serious jumps done, which is nice. I've trusted the map, I've trusted the website, and you know what? It has not let me down. Really pleased with that. Okay, we good? Can we move on? Okay, feels a bit safer actually moving on in this one. Oh no, the black holes are still the way they are. I wish they were a bit more black. But yeah, you've seen one, you can't see them all. Sagittarius A is pretty cool. There are a couple of... Oh, I didn't get out of that one fast enough. Are you off to bed, Kathina? Okay, thank you so much once again, and sleep tight. Yeah, I'm gonna do a minute or so longer, and then I'm gonna call it a night too. So, thanks very much for dropping by, and I'll see you again when you come back next time. Oh no, I'm not ending quite yet. Was it because I was like this? Oh, this. That's only when I've had a drink. Actually, I think. I'll be honest with you. I do all right when I'm pretty pissed in stream. I've yet to do anything too stupid. Not fallen straight asleep. I've not fallen asleep at the wheel. Okay, there we go. I thought, oh, it's thrown me out. At least I lined it up when it threw me out, because I knew I was going to be coming back in. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Right, off we go, Ski. Oh, because I love my cats. It's Especially my little princess. She used to get beaten by a previous owner when she was babies. When I first got her, she was just horrible. She bit everything, like she's biting me now when I tickle her. But she's just changed completely these days. Much more loving. The only thing is, her world revolves around food. Right, okay, let's look. An unhealthy obsession with food. Oh no, do you know what? I didn't even think about that, yeah. Yeah, you don't. Hammered, okay, yeah. It's a common usage word in England, I'm afraid. One of them's naturally big, so he's a big cat anyway. But his hair makes him look even bigger than he actually is. This one is complete porker. Oh, throw a wobbly, yeah. Depends where you come from, there's different versions. There's throw a wobbly or throw a wobbler. So I come from the north, so we say throw a wobbler. That can't be right. Is that right? Right, it said I was going to do 11 jumps. And now it's saying I'm in system. But it was saying it was 11 jumps. So how could... It wasn't 11 jumps. Possible for us to butcher it, it's our bloody language. Why don't you learn how to speak American? It's a great line out of Deadwood. Why don't you learn how to speak American? Right, so 11. Okay, no, this is 10 instead of 12. 10 instead of 12, yeah, okay, so we're doing alright. So it's actually cut down from what that one was leading me on to. Yeah, they took the user and they put Zs in stuff. What's that all about? Weird Z stuff. Realize. Actually fits with the accent though. Why don't you realize? I understand a lot of it changed because, of course, you have Beagle, yeah, and you countries that begin with I, or even names. Do you know in America the name Ian in English, in a lot of places in America, is pronounced iron. Can you imagine being called Iron? It's such a strange way to say it. I mean, I suppose if it's your name, you just, you know, it's your name, you're used to it. Oregano, yeah. Oregano. Iraq, Iran, Indonesia. No, they don't say that one. I was just trying to think of something that it went with. But like I say, I think it's because of all the immigrants and all the different accents that would have been coming in. Just certain things must have been changed along the line. Right, people, as Kathina predicted, I'm gonna call it a night. I have to call it a night, I'm afraid. Wait, get off music, you bastard. Spoilt it for me now. I'm gonna have to get off because it's been what, two and a half, nearly 3 hours actually. Bloody hell, no, it is 3 hours 26 minutes. I've been streaming for. Usually I do like 3 hours, so we will be back on Friday to continue this magnificent journey. I'm sorry to spoil what's going on in the chat. Feel free to go on to Discord in the chat section to complete the conversation. Herb, yeah, the H is silent. So, thank you everybody. Thank you, Kathina, again for your donation. I won't keep on going on about it. I'll thank you another time. Thanks a lot everybody for dropping by, and I'll be back on Friday with Brian. Hopefully he'll have caught up a bit. And we'll be able to get into that next system, okay? So, until then, I'll just say 9-7. I'll turn the microphone off this time.